Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is launching at Cannes. Oh boy, this was supposed to come out just like 1 year after the last Mission Impossible movie. Some things got moved around. Not really sure why. I think Andy's got the inside scoop. Just gonna throw that at you, Andy. What's going on with Mission Impossible at Cannes?
So Cannes, for those who don't know, or listeners of the show will know, it's the big film festival in France where they premiere generally a lot of indie movies that might become Oscar eligible. That's where Anora premiered famously last year, and a lot of other Oscar contenders do. That's where The Substance premiered. So it's a big festival. It's not usually the type of place that you would premiere a Mission Impossible movie. It's not entering in competition, but it's a big movie nonetheless. And the important thing is that all the stars are going to be there, and this takes place on May 14th, so it's about a week before the movie actually comes out. So it's mostly a PR stunt to generate a lot of buzz, get stars on the red carpet with a bunch of other films that'll be coming out that'll be more, independent minded. So it's a good move like that, and of course people will get to see it. There's a lot of hype and excitement. Word on the street was that the previous Mission Impossible installment, Dead Reckoning, underperformed a little bit, and they went back and kind of, I think, reshot a few things, probably just added more action and excitement to it, and so that's what's happening. That's what we know so far.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting, I think, for Mission Impossible fans who, there are many, and they are rabid. Let me tell you, I've met some people on the internet that believe every Mission Impossible movie is rock solid all the way through. All right, banger after banger. Me, I think the series is a little complicated. I have a little trouble keeping up with the last 3 or 4 and what was going on. It was a lot of double crossing, triple crossing. Fortunately, Andy knows more about it than me. And being that I'm not as into the series, it'd be easy to be cynical and say, oh my God, they're using Cannes out of competition for a PR stunt to promote the new Mission Impossible movie. That's super lame. And if it was somebody like Disney, maybe I'd feel that way. But I'm going to be honest. Mission Impossible, in a lot of ways, is doing things that many other films don't. They genuinely travel the world. They take like a year to shoot these things. Rebecca Ferguson was just doing an interview recently where she was saying she's not in them so much just because they take up your whole schedule. Christopher McQuarrie and Tom Cruise are doing real stunts with like real experts and all of this crazy stuff. I mean, they're kind of a big deal. And in that way, they are a celebration of a big blockbuster in a way that they're not made so much anymore. Now it's a lot of green screen, right? Now it's a lot of, oh God, blockbusters. We'll talk about the Minecraft movie in a minute. Stick around for that. Mission Impossible is not that. It's something a bit more traditional, right? It harkens back to something older, and I think something a little bit more, I like to think, sincere. So you know what? They're going to do the last one out of competition. It can do big red carpet. Why not? Right? Why not? For the globe-trotting franchise, it really means it. Fast and Furious wishes they could get around where Mission Impossible gets, right? Like, so they got the gas. Let them do it, I think, right? Like, get Tom Cruise out there, celebrate the movies.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Other people that will show up. The movie also stars Haley Atwell, Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg, Isai Morales, Palm Clemente, Henry Czerny. And it's a little bit of a kind of an Avengers thing where there's going to be elements from all the Mission Impossible movies, but they do a good job of not making it feel like homework. Like they're not going to make you watch all 7 before. I mean, the series spans almost 30 years at this point, and it's very different eras of filmmaking. The first 3 from 96 to like 2003, 2006 is one era of filmmaking, and then the next 3 films, 4, 5, and 6, are kind of a different one, and then the last 2, which is one big movie, kind of is another one. So don't feel like you have to have seen them all, or even seen one. I think Tom Cruise and company pride themselves on you just being able to, hey, this looks cool, I'm going to go in the theater and see it, and I'm going to understand enough to have a good time.
Also worth mentioning, stars Severance newcomer Tramell Tillman. Going to be good. He makes that new trailer. And we're going to look at the trailer just after our review of Adolescence here. So stick around. We're going to talk about the Mission Impossible Final Reckoning trailer. A couple other stories, though, before we get to one of them days. They're making a Hershey movie, which is weird. Yeah, Hershey's Chocolate movie is set with Mean Girls director Finn Wittrock and Alexandra Daddario to star. This is an exclusive story from Variety up till now, when we're breaking it right here on the podcast to talk about it with y'all. What do you know about the Hershey movie, Andy?
So this news just dropped today. This is in the tradition of what we're calling a corporate biopic. I think of things like the BlackBerry movie or even like the Steve Jobs movie. it's almost a biography of a product or a corporation. This is going to take place in the early 1900s, where the Hershey Company sets up a factory and school to help orphans. And I was like, this is all PR stuff. Like they're just trying to train workers for their company. Like,
Yeah.
um, it that's all we know so far. It's not fooling anyone. Everyone has kind of been poking fun that this is like right out of the studio, the Apple TV Plus series, where
Yeah.
Seth Rogen has to try and make the Kool-Aid movie. Like this is almost that exact thing come to life. It's corporate PR. I don't know who's interested in this or who's gonna see it. Could be a disaster, but it's got some big names attached.
I think it might be headed in the wrong direction from the jump, because you're right. Like this is going to be something seemingly corporate, a little like BlackBerry or, um, oh god, I just had one in my head and I lost it. What I'd like it to be, like what I would like this story to be, is something like Wonka. Right? You'd like it to be something creative and clever about like a chocolatier with a dream and a vision. Or maybe something like The Greatest Showman, right? Where Hugh Jackman plays P.T. Barnum. But it seems like they're going to take the spin of Greatest Showman, where P.T. Barnum was not a bad dude and like gave jobs to people. And what a good guy, like an entrepreneur, right? Like it seems like that's going to be the angle with the Hershey movie with some of this press release. You're right. They mentioned a school that they built and how in the last 20 years before his death, Milton Hershey transferred all of his money to the Milton Hershey School. Because he's just such a good, like, sure, maybe that's part of the story. I don't know. And learning about the Hershey School is going to sell the movie, but like, it just seems a little heartless. It seems a little toothless, I should say, not heartless. You're gonna have to show me the heart, I guess, in the trailer. But I don't know. Any other thoughts on the Hershey movie before we talk about the Minecraft mess at the theaters this week, Andy?
I mean, you're going to have to really sell the Hershey movie at some sort of strong and weird angle, because it's just like, I mean, yes, it's a recognizable brand, but it's not like a beloved thing. It's just you might as well make the Snickers movie. Like it's indistinguishable.
Yeah, I've read more about how Hershey is like tragically terrible compared to other chocolate tiers around the country and Godiva and God knows what. Like it seems like the rest of the world doesn't actually like it that much. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out when the Hershey movie comes out. I'm sure 2026. Yeah, release is planned for 2026. Love it. Go ahead.
I was going to say a fictional approach might be better in some way, like something like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, something where you are incorporating the brand, but it's not like a biopic, because there is no story here, really.
Yeah, right. Seems like it's going to be a little dry, and it's like a guy wants to make a chocolate company. All right, we got to talk about the Minecraft movie. See, a lesser show would have opened with this in the news, but not us. That's not what we're doing here on Off Script Film Review. We save the goods for last. The box office. A Minecraft movie strikes gold with an incredible $163 million U.S. launch, $313 million globally opening weekend. Insane W for Warner Brothers. Like their studio heads are doing a victory lap. Andy, who could have predicted the worst looking movie of the year has made more money than anything else?
In the great words of Samuel Goldwyn of MGM fame, no one knows anyone in this business, and including us. We both, even the experts and us on this show, did not predict good numbers for this. It was, they predicted it would make somewhere between 50 and 60 million domestically. Ended up making triple that and hitting 300 million globally. It's going to be $1 billion movie, and we couldn't have been more wrong. And it's been a hit with the kids, with the young Gen Alpha generation, and probably bleeds into Gen Z. And it's a real interesting situation where I was listening on a different podcast where they were saying maybe the millennial time in the theater is over, because we've been getting almost 25 years of millennial targeted content, and maybe we've overstayed our welcome a little bit. And this is kind of the first breath of fresh air for a younger generation and their content and their IP, and things that aren't Marvel and comic book movies and Star Wars. Is something different that kids grew up with in the early 2010s when Minecraft first came out. So it's been a huge hit, big surprise. People don't know what to do, but it's a big win for Warner Brothers and for theaters. And we're always glad when a movie does well, even if it's something that's not qualitatively great.
Yeah, from what we've heard, it's a party in every movie theater that's running it. People have compared it to like Rocky Horror, right? Kids freaking out and throwing popcorn and quoting along and jumping at the chance to meme on everything that's going on with it. Great time at the movies. I feel for every theater employee that has to scoop up like mountains of popcorn and buckets of soda off the floor between every show. Dude, I did that for a couple years in high school. It was a thankless job, let me tell you. Uh, I saw a video of some kids getting arrested for being too rowdy. The AMC is putting up signs nationwide that are like no stunting in the Minecraft theaters. Like, chill out. I don't know. Like, I guess I'm glad people are having a good time. I'd love to dunk on it and say it's like, I don't know, people should chill out. But like, dude, I remember working like the Twilight premieres and they weren't much better, dog. Like, people just go for some stuff. Some stuff is fun to celebrate in a way that's physical and visceral that, yeah, isn't really acceptable theater etiquette. But you know what? If the whole theater's doing it, people jump up and have a good time. AMC makes their money. It's worth it, I guess. I don't get it. I kind of thought the movie looked terrible from Jump Street. I'm not really interested in checking it out, but good God, Warner Brothers is raking in the dough. They're going to make like 6 more of these, right? Where they called it a Minecraft movie, and they said in interviews, because they wanted to leave the door to make more, mission accomplished, right? Like they probably already greenlit 4 of these things.
Yeah, it's absolutely going to turn into some sort of spin-off series. And I played a fair amount of Minecraft back in my day. But I don't recognize half the jokes, and I probably wouldn't recognize the game right now. But I always think it's good when kids are having fun in the theater. That means they're more likely to come back. And frankly, adults aren't going to the theaters. Like we've been talking about, all the numbers have been bad basically all spring since the winter. Brave New World was the only movie to kind of make a little bit of money, and even that, it just kind of broke even, barely. So like you can't get upset that Hollywood isn't making, more adult or better movies when no, they're not going, like adults aren't going to them. And now you make a kids movie and parents and kids and families are going out, and that's where the money is. So
Yeah, that's it. All right. Well, we should move on to our next review. I'd love to, I don't know, man. I'd love to get on here and wax about how like Minecraft seems like a bad movie making a bunch of money and like cool, good movies don't make any money. But like, boy, that makes me sound more out of touch than reality than anything else I could say on this podcast. So I'm just going to leave it. I think like, you know what? It's an anomaly that I don't understand. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe I'm just an old man shouting at clouds. Minecraft movie, killing it. $1 billion feature. Yeah, that's it. We should move on to our first review of the episode, I think. Andy's going to be taking the summary on this one. So, excited to talk about it. This came out this year, right, in January, and we missed it. And now we're finally getting around to seeing it. So, I'll get out of his way. Andy, please take it away.
one of them days